During the US raid on Venezuela, the mission's success depended on two key groups: Delta Force operators on the ground and the 160th Special Operations Aviation Regiment. The 160 SOAR had a strong reputation for years, but their precise work during Operation Absolute Resolve in Venezuela had made them even more renowned.
A key part of the 160 SOAR, also known as the Night Stalkers, is their specially modified helicopters. These have become some of the most recognized special-use military helicopters. Since the early 1980s, the Night Stalkers, who started out mostly as Blackhawk pilots, have gone from flying standard helicopters to operating some of the most advanced special operations helicopters in the world.
Formed in 1980 as Task Force 158, the unit brought together some of the best US Army helicopter pilots and crews. Their mission was to operate deep behind enemy lines and work closely with special forces. In fact, the entire reason they had been formed was in response to the failure of the Eagle Claw hostage rescue mission in 1980.
Over the next decade, the unit became more prominent. They first saw action in the 1983 invasion of Grenada, and in 1987, they were the first helicopter unit to use forward-looking infrared and night vision in combat, helping Kuwaiti oil tankers during the Iran-Iraq War. They later took part in the famous capture of a Hind helicopter from Chad in 1988, Operation Just Cause in Panama in 1989, and Desert Storm in 1991. The unit gained international attention after the Battle of Mogadishu, where 5 of its members lost their lives. The first decade showed that these pilots faced greater risks than standard helicopter units. It also made clear the need for better onboard systems, improved mission endurance, and a focus on nighttime operations to increase their chances of survival. In the 1980s, 3 main helicopter types were chosen for the 160's fleet. These would later be developed into the advanced models the Night Stalkers use today.
In the late 1980s, Task Force 158, made up mostly of Blackhawk pilots, began by receiving standard UH-60A helicopters, followed by CH-47C Chinooks. At this early stage, these helicopters were still in their original form, but the unit also received a third type that was slightly modified.
The unit received OH-6 helicopters that had been stored at Fort Campbell, likely since the Vietnam War. Known unofficially as JOH-6A, these helicopters were upgraded with a quieter 5-blade rotor, a more powerful engine, and other improvements to the airframe. The OH-6 was originally an observation helicopter, but its small size and agility made it useful for special forces as both a gunship and a transport. In the early 1980s, these OH-6s were modified into the MH-6B for utility missions and the AH-6C for attack roles, earning the nickname Little Bird. By 1981, when the unit became known as the 160 Aviation Regiment, their fleet included Chinooks for long-distance and heavy-lift missions, Blackhawks and the Little Bird for flexible support.
Throughout the 1980s, both the Chinook and the Blackhawk helicopters were specially modified to meet the high demands of special operations.
In 1983, the Night Stalkers received CH-47D helicopters. This upgrade replaced some of the old avionics, making the Delta model much better for night flying. Over the next 3 years, these helicopters got special upgrades, such as experimental INS and improvements for longer missions. The result was the MH-47D, painted in a distinct black color. It became famous for being photographed flying off with a Hind in 1988, likely the same year it became mission-ready. The Blackhawk also received similar upgrades. By Operation Prime Chance in 1985, the UH-60 had been improved to the MH-60A Special Mission Standard. Like the specialized Chinook, this new Blackhawk featured a configurable interior for different mission needs, more options for external equipment, a fast rope system, and a cockpit optimized for night vision. During the 1980s, the Little Bird helicopters were modified in several ways, including the MH-6J and H versions. By the early 1990s, the platform was standardized as the MH-6C, and its attack version, the AH-6J and H. These were much more survivable than the original Loach, with the MH-6 being more reliable and the AH-6 able to carry a range of weapons. Unlike earlier jerry-rigged gunship setups in Vietnam, These upgrades were purpose-built for special operations. By the late 1980s, all three types of helicopters used by the Night Stalkers met special mission standards. They shared several features: upgraded engines for hot and high-altitude operations, improved fuel or weapon storage, and they all maintained or exceeded their original reliability and performance.
This brings us to today. Since 2003, the 160 SOAR has relied on mission-enhanced variants of helicopters. For the Little Bird, it is the MH-6M and AH-6M. For the Chinook, it's the MH-47G, and for the Blackhawk, it's the MH-60M Assault and Direct Action Penetrator, or DAP.
The MH-47G would emerge in 2004. It would integrate a variety of advanced digital systems, many of which would later become standardized on the CH-47F. Among them is the CAAS, or Common Avionics Architecture System, which features a fully integrated digital glass cockpit with active matrix LCD screens. The CAAS system includes several sensors that improve situational awareness. These include a multi-mode radar with terrain following ability, advanced INS and GPS navigation, and forward-looking infrared, all integrated into the avionics. To fit the radar and electro-optical sensors, the MH-47G has a noticeably extended nose radome, which makes it easy to tell apart from standard Chinooks. Put simply, these sensors drastically improve safety during night operations and provide better situational awareness in combat. For longer range, the MH-47G has internal fuel tanks that hold twice as much as the standard CH-47F, with a total of 7,828 litres. Next to the extended nose radome is an in-flight refueling probe, which further increases mission endurance. The helicopter uses T-55GA714A turboshaft engines with full authority digital electronic control, the same as the CH-47F, and a big improvement over older engines. As of 2025, the Night Stalkers have begun receiving the MH-47G Block 2, which includes upgraded drivetrains, improved rotor blades for better performance, and even more powerful T-55GA714D engines for increased lift and range. As with previous special mission choppers, these engines are designed specifically for endurance at high altitudes and in hot environments, and are available with dust filters and other filtration methods for dusty environments. The MH-47G also carries advanced aircraft survivability equipment unique to SOAR operations. For defensive armament, these Chinooks are typically equipped with twin M134 miniguns and two M240 machine guns mounted on the sides or rear, as well as an external rescue hoist. In short, the special mission Chinooks have several key advantages. They are highly survivable due to advanced defensive systems, have excellent range and endurance from larger fuel tanks and aerial refueling, and offer superior situational awareness at night with their integrated sensors in the extended nose. In operations, they usually need support, as seen in Venezuela, and are used for troop transport or heavy lifting.
For the Little Bird, both the AH-6M and MH-6M have been upgraded to similar standards. What it shares with the Chinook is the goal of mission endurance and survivability under extreme stress. Specifically, for the Little Bird, the focus is on low-altitude, high-speed flight in complex environments.
The mission-enhanced Little Bird project uses the MD-530F airframe for the M models, which have a 6-bladed main rotor and a 4-bladed tail rotor for better handling and stability. Inside, they have a precise GPS and inertial navigation system connected to a specialized avionics suite designed for low-level flight at night in complex environments. This system works smoothly with FLIR and other features like mark points, waypoints, and radar warning receivers for situational awareness. Powering the aircraft is the Rolls-Royce 250 C30R3M turboshaft engine with full authority digital electronic control, delivering 650 shaft horsepower. Like with the other Night Stalker aircraft, it includes inlet barrier filters for dusty environments and is tuned for survivability at both high temperatures and high altitudes. The aircraft also carries defensive systems for increased survivability, a critical capability given the Little Bird's role in penetrating denied airspace. There is also the AN/ZSQ-3 chin-mounted electro-optical infrared sensor turret, with the AH-6M attack variant using an advanced version, integrating a laser designator and rangefinder for precision strikes. In its assault setup, the MH-6M has benches on each side for up to 6 operators. It also uses the fast rope insertion and extraction system, which is designed to make getting troops in and out of combat faster. Another big advantage is that the little bird can quickly insert or extract troops directly on the ground, even in tough locations, because of its small size. A famous example is the Delta Force insertion shown in Blackhawk Down, which accurately depicts how the MH-6 was used in Mogadishu. This shows the little bird's ability to operate in tight urban spaces and appear unexpectedly. In attack configuration, the AH-6M features a fairly lethal loadout on the tiny airframe, held in place by a modular weapon mounting system that allows rapid configuration changes. Common loadouts include M134 miniguns, GAU 1950 caliber Gatling guns, AGM-114 Hellfire missiles, or 2.75-inch rocket pods in 7 tube launchers. As noted earlier, the attack configuration is paired with the more advanced chin-mounted sensor, which has laser designation capability. Although the little bird is much smaller than the Blackhawk and Chinook, it serves an important role. It can quickly get in and out of locations, carrying up to 6 troops at a time. In its attack setup, it can respond fast to air support requests, help troops on the ground, or suppress threats during larger helicopter missions. As of late 2025, some references mention the AH and MH-6R as an evolving designation under the ongoing Mission Enhanced Little Bird program, though the MH-6M and AH-6M remain the standard designations in Night Stalker service.
Finally, the MH-60M. As a middle ground between the massive Chinook and the little bird, the Blackhawk offers perhaps the most versatility in 2 mission configurations: Assault and Direct Action Penetrator, or DAP.
Like the MH-47, these Blackhawks are powered by 2 YT-706GE700 engines, with full authority digital engine control and feature common avionics architecture system integration, offering a digital glass cockpit with multifunction displays for exceptional situational awareness during night operations. The sensor suite is where the MH-60M truly distinguishes itself. It features the AN/ZSQ-2 sensor turret with day and night vision cameras, similar to the Little Bird, offering multiple imaging methods. Uniquely, it also mounts the AN/APQ-187 silent night terrain following radar, a SOAR exclusive system that enables safe, low-level flight in challenging terrain. For extended range operations, the MH-60M features an extending telescopic aerial refueling probe, another Night Stalker-specific modification that dramatically increases mission endurance. The defensive suite is equally impressive and represents some of the most advanced systems in rotary aviation. The aircraft carries an extensive electronic warfare suite, including radar, laser, and missile warning sensors, paired with active jammers to counter radar threats. Most notably, it features the Common Infrared Countermeasures System, or CIRCM, which uses laser beams to blind incoming missile seekers. While CIRCM is being rolled out army-wide, the 160's integration is far more comprehensive, with additional sensors making it one of the most survivable helicopters in the world. To aid night operations and degraded visual environments, the Degraded Visual Environment Pilotage System is integrated. This advanced system uses LiDAR, cameras and terrain databases to enable operations in conditions where normal flight would be impossible: thick dust, snow or fog. The Night Stalkers adopted this technology earlier and with more advanced integration than standard Army aviation. Beyond this, the DAP configuration specifically can be converted from transport to gunship in just hours, or likewise reconfigured back into a regular assault layout. In the DAP setup, the helicopter uses stub wings known as multi-station lightweight armament support structure, which are lighter than previous systems and allow for quicker reconfiguration. Using this modular platform, it can field a devastating array of weapons: M134 miniguns, GAU 1950 caliber Gatling guns, the M230 30mm chain gun, M261 FFAR 2.75-inch rocket pods, and AGM-114 Hellfire missiles. Looking ahead, as of 2025, there are plans to integrate the Joint Air-to-Ground Missile as a Hellfire replacement for enhanced standoff capabilities against advanced threats. The MH-60M is at the heart of the Night Stalker's abilities, While it is not as agile as the Little Bird, or as strong and long-ranged as the Chinook, it fills the middle ground well. In assault mode, it can quickly move about a dozen troops over long distances. In DAP mode, it provides powerful firepower to suppress enemy air defenses, offer close air support, or escort larger groups, making it essential for high-risk special operations. One last mention is the MQ-1C Grey Eagle, a reconnaissance unmanned aircraft system that is also operated by the regiment for intelligence gathering and surveillance.
Operation Absolute Resolve showed what the Night Stalkers are known for, getting special operators in and out of the world's most dangerous places without being seen and always on schedule.
Thanks for watching. Our videos are researched, written and produced by a small team of filmmakers dedicated to bringing you accurate military aviation history from around the world. Please consider supporting us by joining our merch and members site for early access, bonus content and merch discounts. Or become a YouTube channel member for early access, or simply hit subscribe. Your support means everything.